Hello my doves, what's up, welcome back to Afrodite by Olympia. Today's video is going to be a demo review and wear test on the Too Faced Do You foundation in the shade Toffee. That is what I'm wearing on my face currently, but we are going to get into that in a little bit. If that is something you want to see, I suggest you keep watching.
From the top, drop that, yeah, feel the funk, y'all, yeah, feel the funk, y'all, yeah, you lay back in the cut, what's up,
Okay guys, so welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Olympia and I do videos here on YouTube about beauty and makeup, available in Australia for deeper skin tones. I upload every Wednesdays and Saturdays at 10 AM Australian Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and do that. I do upload quite regularly. So today's video is going to be about the Too Faced Do You in the shade Toffee. I have a little sample here from Mecca here in Australia. But I will put up on the screen what the packaging looks like and all that good stuff. We're going to go into the claims and then we're going to go into application, and then I'm going to come back for my first check-in. I thought I'd do it this way instead. So a little bit about this foundation. This innovative gel cream foundation gives skin a flawless satin finish and is infused with watermelon and cucumber extract to provide sustained hydration for a smooth and juicy looking complexion. It comes in 20 shades that work to correct uneven skin tones. This foundation is perfect for combo to dry skin types that want fresh, flawless skin. The formula is non-comedogenic, gluten-free, vegan, cruelty-free, and paraben-free. So it says to use a moisturizer or primer first, allow it to fully absorb. Apparently that's important. And then apply 1 pump of foundation with fingers or a dry sponge and build as desired. Oh, it says dry sponge. I did not use a dry sponge. That's interesting. Okay, there's that. Try a dry sponge if you do end up liking this foundation and how it wears. Yes, so this foundation retails for $55 AUD and is available at Mecca or mecca.com.au, as I said earlier. So there's that. We are going to shift straight into the application and then I'll be back after that and so on and so forth. We'll be doing some check-ins, guys, don't worry. I want to show you what this also looks like in natural light. I haven't done that before on my foundation reviews, but I think it's important because the studio lights look very different and you guys should see it in natural light, in my opinion. But yeah, we're going to do that too. So let's head on to the application process. Okay guys, I'm just gonna quickly put my primer on. This is the Unicorn Essence, part of my project hand. And then I've also got the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, and that goes on my dry areas. Let's just drop it all over me. Alright, so this is the Too Faced Do You. I'm going to do half with a sponge and half with a brush. As I said earlier, I only have a sample because I got this from Mecca when I was in Adelaide, and I'm sick of basically purchasing all this foundation and then it doesn't work out. So I thought I would go get a whole bunch of samples, so you guys will be seeing some samples coming through. Okay, so I'm going to apply this. You guys zoomed in enough? Should I zoom you guys in? Oh, you're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Alright, so I'm going to apply it with a brush. In case I didn't mention earlier, I have weird skin. Like, it's oily combo, but then it can get very dry at times. So I do have to hydrate really, really well. So we're going to go Beauty Blender side first on this side. And I'm going to start blending. What do we think about the shade? I think it's a I mean, I was pretty certain that the shade was gonna work. So it was the best match out of the range. So that's the sponge side. And for the brush side, I'm gonna use my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation brush. I'm gonna stipple that in. Okay, so that is the brush side, and instantly I can tell that there's way more coverage on the brush side than there is with the sponge side. I am gonna take the sponge and just go over. I've been doing that a lot lately. It removes any excess that's just kind of sitting on top of the skin. The shade is good, the shade is nice. A little darker, but not bad. Like not like a bad too dark. It's not bad. I mean, I'm not hating on her. It's not bad, guys. I like it quite a lot. So start time is 1:30 for the wear test. I'm gonna try and get 8 hours in for you guys, and yeah, so it's pretty. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back out, put the concealer on, do the rest of my face, and I will be back for my first check-in in a little bit. Okay, hey guys, so this is the face under some natural light. I'm just outside on the street, but as you can see, it looks pretty good. It's been about an hour and a half to 2 hours, so you could say this is a check-in. Not really, but I'll do another check-in at the 4-hour mark for you guys. But yeah, this is what it looks like in natural light, and I can't see anything really glaringly wrong at this point. Okay, I will see you guys soon. Make sure you keep watching. Hey guys, so I'm back. It's been 4 hours, a little bit over 4 hours actually. So the time is currently 5:40, let's say. And we're just gonna have a look at my face. But before we do that, I'm gonna play for you guys the clip of my face now compared to when I first applied. So now that you've seen that, let's have a closer look. Honestly guys, it looks really, really good. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I do have oily combo skin, but I get dry in some areas as well. My skin's weird. But currently, where my oil does normally come through, it started around the nose, which is usual for me. I will also say that there is no settling into fine lines. There's no fading. Oh, there is a little bit of fading around my mouth, but that's only because I did have something to eat. So that's kind of expected. My lipstick's worn off, so I gotta reapply that next time. But no, it looks really good. There's no creasing, there's no lifting. Yeah, I'm actually really, really impressed so far. So for 4 hours, it's done really, really well. So we'll see how it goes for the 8-hour mark. So I'll be back, guys, in another 4 hours, and then we can discuss the performance, just do an oil control test and that kind of thing. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, I'm back for the final check-in. Guys, I am so tired. It's like 10:30 just about. So I'll just show you the time. 10:30. I am so ready to be done with this wear test. Your girl just wants to sleep, okay? Okay, so first thing, let's get into the transfer test. I'm just gonna touch my face. I don't really see much. So it doesn't really transfer at all. No. So it passed the transfer test with flying colors. Next test is the oil control. I'm going to grab a xoxo blotting sheet. So with the control, the oil control test, basically I try to see how many of these sheets it takes for me to blot my face, as if I was blotting my face in the real world. So 1 to 2 sheets is very good oil control. 3 to 4 is fairly average, but could do better. If it's more than 4 sheets, then it's got really poor oil control. Some of my favorite foundations, like the Bounce Foundation, Lancome, designer brands, 24-hour long wear, they basically have excellent oil control, and I don't get any oil coming through until after 10 hours. So a little bit of some comparison there for you. So let's blot. I forgot to do a pan of how my face looks. You guys, I am failing at this video so hard. Let's quickly do a pan. I have blotted though, so I'm gonna pause the blotting and let's quickly do the pan of how my face looks after 8 hours of wear. There was oil on my nose. You would have seen it earlier. I'm really sorry, guys. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So let's continue to blot. So a lot of the oil is around my forehead and nose. Put the Elixir back on. Okay, so after blotting, I have basically 1 sheet. So the oil control is pretty good. It's pretty good. I've had way worse than this. I've had, well, actually the most I've had is 4 sheets. So this is actually pretty up there in terms of oil control. I only had oil kind of just seeping through along the sides here earlier, you guys would have seen. And now the shine is all the way down. Okay, in terms of performance, this foundation, it's supposed to be applied with a dry sponge or your fingers. That's what it says in the description. I found that very surprising because it's not usual for it to say that, you know, to use a dry sponge. I however used a wet sponge because I just assumed that's how you're supposed to apply it. But I did find that with the brush, as with most cases, the application tended to be more full coverage. So more coverage on the brush side. I did go in with a sponge again and just kind of even it out a little bit. But look, I think if you want a sheerer cover, go with a sponge. If you want more full coverage, go with a brush. This foundation feels very lightweight. It does have a gel-like consistency as described. I found that application meant that you didn't really feel it going on because it was so kind of light and airy, which is, it's nice. I don't like makeup that you can feel on your face, that you know is there. It felt like it wasn't there basically the whole day. I do believe that this foundation oxidizes because I was looking over the footage of when I first applied to even at 4 hours and it was definitely darker. I don't think it was the concealer. I don't think it was like the bronzer or anything like that. I think it had gotten darker over the 4 hours. Like I said, oxidization is only when it deepens in shade over a long period of time, not when it dries down darker. That's different. This definitely oxidized and it did get darker, so just bear that in mind. This is the second to last deepest shade. I forgot to mention there's only 1 shade deeper than this, so in terms of the shade range, it's not that great with only 20 shades. They could do better, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up extending the shade ranges. Now, there was no separating or lifting of this foundation. Even after 8 hours of wear, it had still basically sat exactly where I had applied it despite sweating in this foundation, despite you know, doing whatever throughout the day, it didn't really budge. I've touched my face, it didn't transfer. So in terms of that, it actually worked really well. It's a really good kind of heavy duty foundation. One that I think would probably be safe to wear to work, in that it's not gonna lift up on you, you know what I mean? Another good thing about this foundation is it smells like watermelon. I forgot to tell you guys earlier, the smell is phenom. Really like the fruity smell. Not expected. I mean, do use like the whole like fruity range, but yeah, it smells really good. Okay, taking all of that in consideration, I would probably give this foundation a B. The reason I give it a B is because in terms of the oil control, though it had really good oil control, I found that the oils came through probably around the 3-hour mark. Like I said with my other foundations that I like, Lancome, Ten Idol, Designer Brand 24 Hour Longwear, and my Bounce, Beauty Better Bounce foundation, they literally, it would take 8 hours before there's any kind of oils coming through. So, and even then it's hardly anything, don't really need to touch it up. This I would have to definitely blot and touch up if I'm going to be wearing it for more than 3 hours. So I was looking a little bit shiny in the nose there. Even my fiance, when he came in just like 10 minutes ago, was like, you look shiny. And I'm like, yeah, I know I'm shiny. I mean, he was looking at my nose, so there's that. So just bear that in mind, that if you have an oily T-zone like me, expect there to be some oil coming through after about 3 hours or so. But other than that, it worked really well. That's why I'm giving it a B and not a C, because it performed actually quite well. Hasn't moved, hasn't budged, nothing. It's still kind of ride or die for me right now. It's riding, not dying, you know what I mean? So there's that. But yeah, that's basically everything, guys. If you enjoyed this video and this review, even though I'm a little bit out of touch on how to do these foundation reviews, I haven't done one in a while, so your girl needs to get back into the swing of things. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, give me a subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell, because I do upload quite frequently. And I will see you beauties all on the next video. Take care, my doves. Bye.